going to talk about Comet Lucifer episode 4 called Storm. And basically, the title tells you everything out there. It is a storm coming, a typhoon, I guess you could say. And so, yeah, so they're kind of preparing for the big storm. At least Don Mon is. Everyone else is kind of like, it's a storm. They don't really care. He's the only one that's like paranoid and freaked out by the whole thing.
I
Everyone else is
mean,
kind of like, it's just another day.
I live in I live in the New York area, and I was around for Hurricane Sandy. So if you're a northeasterner like me, you remember it's like, yeah, there's gonna be a hurricane. It can't be that bad. So it's like, oh shit, we haven't had power in my house for 2 weeks, and then
Yeah,
the roads
yeah,
have been flooded for the past week. Oh boy, and so it's
yeah.
like
This one,
this episode really brings me back to this. But like, I don't know, if you were from an area like Florida or
yeah,
Louisiana, it's
I'm in
like,
Florida.
oh, there's a hurricane. This is the fifth one this year.
Yeah,
Big whoop.
yeah. I'm in Florida, and as far as hurricanes go, it's more of an annoyance than anything. It's like, oh, all this wind and rain, like go away. I'm trying to play my games.
I really wish they called this episode like Hurricane Sandy the anime, because that would have been like, they pay attention to us.
Right? They don't care. They don't care. They're like, whatever.
They've never even heard of it, I bet.
But yeah. So and besides that, we had Alfred kind of at the group, this new group, and it's kind of like a trial basis. I was even made a note here that even his group doesn't even like him, so that's kind of telling you something that no one really likes this guy. Even the enemy team's kind of like, ugh, you're a creep. They don't like him either, so that is pretty funny how,
Well,
you know.
Gus seems to just be
Ignore
ignoring
him.
Yeah,
it,
he
really.
does. Yeah, that seems like his MO. It's like ignore him, let him do his job. You know.
But then again, he's ignoring like everybody this
Yeah,
episode.
he ignores Puck like you're saying down here, but you also had a note here that it's not Puck, it's Pack. Actually, I guess they maybe
Yes,
had
his
a
name is
translation
Pack.
error.
Because I was like, wait a minute. Because I was looking up
Mhm.
like characters so I could get the character names, and I was like, I can't find his name. And then I found his name is Patrick. And I'm like, oh, that's why.
Right, and like he's made a note here that he's definitely a guy. I mean, obviously he's got these muscles and stuff.
Yes, his name
Yeah.
is Patrick. So he's a guy.
Yeah.
And he has
A
no
girly
trouble beating
looking guy.
up.
So yeah. So I wonder where Gus comes from. It's like, what name is that from? Maybe I'm trying to think of a name that. 'Cause they're all using like nicknames. Sounds like besides Alfred, obviously, but maybe code names. I don't know. It seems kind of weird.
And the name Alfred is kind of French, so I guess it makes sense for him to use words like Mademoiselle. I don't know.
Yeah, that's true.
Because it's Alfred, which
Mhm.
for some reason reminds me of the character from, Arslan, except that's a girl.
Hmm.
And it actually has meaning in their language, which is like an interesting version of like, I think Sanskrit, because
Hmm.
they're from like Persia or something.
Mhm.
But
Right.
that was where her name was from.
Hmm.
I don't know where his name is from.
Right.
I'm not good with like etymology.
Well, that and we had all that was we had also again the main characters are kind of preparing for this typhoon, but at the same time they're doing like some kind of, I guess they're getting all the vegetables and stuff, and we had a bit where I guess Philly was using her powers, but her little mascot thing doesn't really want her using her powers at all, so it's a kind of back and forth thing between the two of them the whole episode. Philly using her powers in secret, and they, like they said before in this note here, the vegetables, she kind of makes them start dancing, which is a little weird. I mean, for me, it was kind of like, it fits the show. I mean, she's kind of a fun character. She's supposed to be this like lively character, so
I
allowing her to
mean,
do this is fine. And
that was hands down my favorite part of the episode, just because that's the kind of thing where it's just like the joy of animation.
uh-huh.
Mhm.
We're just like, we have to fill time. What are we gonna do? Let's just do something crazy, and then they do that. They just like have vegetables dancing. They have those I think turnips. I want to say the turnips are like
Yeah,
doing the can, and it's just like it has no. It doesn't do anything to. It doesn't have any impact other than this is really neat. But if you're an animation fan, that's like part of the joy of animation. It's just like this is really neat.
hmm
Yeah, I thought it was really cute. And it would be something that, a little kid would do who has
right,
that power.
exactly. Yeah,
Because,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
like, I was mentioning how she's pretty much at, like, the 2 to 3 year old stage now. Like, she's basically learning how to say no to everything. She's
She
questioning
parrots words
everything.
at other people.
Yeah, Well, she's gotten a little bit beyond the parenting words, like, because that was when we first met her. She was like baby talking,
She did say a full sentence
and
this week, so
now she's
you
like
know.
at sentence structure, but yet she's still at that age where she can't really grasp the fact that people can't party all the time or can't, have to go somewhere else, and
Right, go to
she's got
school and
like that
stuff.
separation
Yeah.
anxiety sort of thing.
Yeah, she's
Mm-hmm.
gotten so used to them being around that when they're like, "Oh, we gotta go to school," it throws a wrench in her daily life. She's like, "Now what do I do? Like, I don't know what to do now."
I mean, I was
Mm.
surprised when they said they have to go to school because I didn't realize school existed in this world
Yeah, me too.
because it
But
has literally never been brought up.
well, that
That
and
was
they
the
didn't go to.
stupidest thing
Yeah,
ever.
yeah, it was kind of it was a way of saying, "Okay, there's gonna be a scenario where she's alone. Here you
Yeah, I was
go."
like, okay, guys, you don't have to contrive all these things
Yeah,
in order to
exactly.
get her alone. You,
Right.
you have these kids go to school on a day that they said a typhoon is coming.
That and
Nobody has school on the day a typhoon comes in.
that and
Yes,
more
it's
did
very
that. Yeah.
transparent writing because it's like I thought Sogo just lives his life as a gem miner or something, and I don't even know what Colin did.
Well, that and they did a whole thing with Mora put that stone on Philia's neck that way she couldn't use her powers. That was another red flag that something bad's gonna happen soon.
Oh yeah,
Mm.
now
So
she
I
can't use
mean,
her powers, and
right,
and Don Non,
leave
the
her alone. That's her.
biggest idiot I've ever seen in my life, is going to say, "Oh, I'm going to leave a kid who might look like she's 6 or 7, but is
But mentally not.
actually about 2 to 3 years old and mentally,
And
yeah,
then on a
Yeah,
dark and stormy
and
night,
then
Puck
more,
breaks into the
and
restaurant and
then
kidnaps Felia.
like Mora's not around to help. Mora's not here to do anything that warn anybody. But he did warn him at the end. But yeah, but before you even get to that, that's more like the very end stuff. We gotta get to like, you know, even more Alfred being creepy. He's still hunting Felia, and he's just still drooling over her, and it is creepy. But I guess that's just the character he's gonna be from now on. I don't
yeah.
ever see him changing
I don't
overnight.
I don't even want him to actually be in the same room with Belia. It's creepy.
Right. I mean, we'll talk about that later on, but there's some of that little bit later in the preview. But yeah, so I guess we could get more about Philia, an angel, maybe of the celestial land, if she child miracles. We still don't know why the enemy team's looking for her. So, what do you guys think about what she really is, and why would the military want her? I don't think
I
they want her
have
just because she's
no
psychic. I
clue. I
mean,
watched that scene like twice, and
yeah.
I had no idea what those military types were talking about in the observatory.
Uh-huh.
I
Yeah, I
thought
don't
it
know
was
either.
really weird. I was like, wait a minute. It'd be really funny if they were chasing them all this time and really they didn't want to hurt her. They're just looking for
Yeah.
her help or something.
Yeah, I was saying that thinking about episode 2 or 3, but I was saying that same thing that maybe they're just gonna look for her and take her away to protect everyone else.
I
Hmm.
mean,
They're
I don't think
she's
they're
the
gonna
real
like.
threat. Maybe they're not gonna kill her. They're just gonna put her away for a bit. Make sure she don't hurt anybody.
This is very much like this is a super kid-friendly show. Like,
Uh huh.
this is the kind of anime you watch when you're like 10 years old, essentially, because it's an adventure with like funny-ish mascots, and it's like this is the perfect anime for like a 10-year-old, essentially.
Well, except for when Pac, comes and mass murders like an entire room of people.
Right. Or you
For
got Alfred
Let me
being
rephrase. For Japanese
you know,
children, it's the
or
perfect
you
show.
got Alfred being a creep to a little kid.
Yeah.
That's a little
I
hard for
mean,
kids to understand. Why
You're right. I
why is
forgot
he
about
looking
the scene
over
where
here?
Puck kills a room full of kids. Or
Right. I
not
mean,
kids, adults.
yeah.
yeah, he pretty
Aside
much
from that, this is very
slaughters
much
them
for
all in blood.
Right. And besides that, we get a little bit with Shogo about his bomb and his special red crystal. It's obvious, like, it hit him over the head. Obviously, it's Felia. Hello. Because at the beginning, she's like in a big red crystal thing. So it's like, yeah, you know, it's obviously that they're connected somehow.
Mm.
That's how I feel. They're connected through this crystal about Shogo's mom. But I don't want them to be like, oh, well, guess what? Felia is Shogo's sister. Hope not.
That'd
Maybe
be
something stupid
weird.
like that. Yeah. She'd be like, well, I found her when she was a little kid, and I raised her, and then she got taken away, and all this. I don't know. But we don't even know more about anything about his parents really for Shogo anyway. I don't know anything about his dad. Have you heard anything?
Well, either his mom was probably dead.
Yeah, probably.
His dad is either dead or he's one of those annoying like dads who just leave
Uh huh.
and and you never hear from them until like the end, and they're
Full
like,
Alchemist.
"Oh, I was gone." Yes, those my dads.
He'd be like, I'll come back
Like Hunter dads.
at the right moment and be like, I came back to save you, and then he leaves again.
I hate those dads. It's like the guys say, "Oh, my career is more important than my child. Let me go and do whatever I have to do and leave them to the grandmother."
Right.
Ah, hate that.
Or they're gonna be like, his dad's in the military, and he's secretly the bad guy. He wants Celia for his own evil master purposes, whatever. I don't know, something like that.
That would be weird.
But yeah, I'm still very confused on why they need her. Again, it's like she got these powers and all, but that's cool and all, but maybe they want her for her little minion she can summon, Mora, but I don't think so either.
Well,
It seems
considering
kind of
she is
weird.
so far the only person with psychic abilities, I think that's gonna come into play.
Yeah, I thought they
Yeah.
mentioned something before that some other people have powers too.
Yeah, I think they mentioned like Pac. I think has
Yeah, Pac has some
powers
kind of
of some
ability. Because he
kind.
can, like, when he gets hit, like he said before, he can flex his muscles and stop him bleeding, whatever.
I thought that's because he's like
So,
a genetic experiment of some kind.
yeah, probably, but
I think
yeah.
Gus might have powers. We're not quite sure about that. But
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
But I
There's
think,
so
yeah,
many I'm not sure about with this show. It's like I'm not
right.
sure what they're gonna do with 20 minutes of airtime. I'm not sure what they're gonna do with these characters. I'm not sure if this guy's a weird pedophile. I'm not sure
Uh-huh.
about anything.
well, no, we're sure about that.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, no denying that.
let's try to give them the benefit of the doubt, and it gets you nowhere.
I mean, overall, I think, like Irina here, I kind of agree that better episode this week. Got some momentum in the plot department, at least. Maybe next week, since Philly has been taken by them, maybe they can finally determine what she really is. And maybe
Yeah.
they finally figure, oh, she's this, and then we can kind of close the book on that, maybe. But another thing, last note I'll mention here is, there's a few things that were left out. We had Roman is a terrible mecha pilot. He smashes
Oh.
in
Uh,
the cafe.
Mm-hmm.
That poor
just when I
guy.
thought that guy was kind of cool, he goes and does dumb stuff like
Yeah,
this
he's like, let's
episode.
hit some buttons on this thing. I don't know what I'm doing, but and then
And they also
smash.
had that
Like,
cow.
yeah,
What is
that
with the
was
cow?
weird. I
I
think it
don't
was like
remember what
they
the
were gonna
cow.
have a barbecue. I guess he was maybe offering it to them.
Yeah, but the cow was just
I don't
left
know.
tied up to the fence later, and
Yeah,
it's like they didn't even eat the cow. So
I
it's
was
like
like, is this Jurassic Park? They're gonna eat the
it's a
cow? I
weird
mean,
it's a weird joke that's
mhm.
not exactly funny.
Yeah, it's just kind of random to it in there.
Yeah, I didn't understand that either. Oh, and there's the fact that Gus, for some odd reason, knows Donmon's wife,
Uh-huh.
like his dead wife. That was we never actually saw. We like they always shadowed out in the
Oh no,
picture.
Don. They're probably like, no, they're not brothers. Never mind. That'd be funny. But yeah, that was weird. I didn't remember that. But so maybe,
What
yeah,
if
Well,
maybe he
like
knows more
yeah,
than.
there's a
he's his
picture
son?
inside Don Mon's restaurant,
Uh-huh.
and
Yeah.
it was that was Gus in the picture, right?
I think so.
I don't. I thought it was Don Mon in the picture, and the woman was standing next to him.
Okay,
Unless you
yeah.
know.
So
But it
Yeah.
was interesting because Don Mon actually had like a uniform on of
Uh-huh.
some kind, so maybe he used to be
yeah,
in the military.
Yeah, I could see
maybe
that.
he
Yeah.
knows Gus.
That's
That's
possible
also
too.
possible. I wouldn't be surprised, quite frankly.
Yeah. That's true.
So
So
we
I
are
would. He didn't like act like he recognized the place like when he came in or anything though.
Mhm.
So
well, he could have like I don't know. They could have been like war buddies, and he's like, I'm getting out of this game. I want to settle down with a nice bakery restaurant.
Uh-huh. That and last thing I'll mention is we had more. It's a little bit of Kanan and Shogo pairing a little bit. They're in the rain together, kind of, hiding out from the rain. So it's kind of like even more the sign that those two might be hooking up later. This way they've
yeah,
been kind of
Move
together.
on to the last show.
Yeah.